Today we're talking about Taylor's newest addition to the Gold Label series.
The 717E Gold Label Grand Pacific.
Does it earn a gold star?
Let's find out.
Hey guys, Taylor and Scott here from Edmond Music.
I'm Scott.
I'm Taylor. We're talking about Taylor's newest addition to the Gold Label series. This is the 717E.
This is a new body shape for them in the Gold Label. The Gold Label was originally just a very limited offering in one specific shape.
Yeah, so they came out with the Super Auditorium, and that was a new thing for them, kind of based off their Grand Auditorium, a little bit bigger, a little bit better. Now they've modified the Grand Pacific body shape. So
Grand Pacific is essentially their version of a slope shoulder dreadnought, but basically a little bit more rounded in the Andy Power style. He kind of modified it a little bit.
Yeah, so really, really cool. Basically, the big things is you'll notice here is from the normal Grand Pacific is it's got a deeper body. It's a full 5 inches. And then internally, you have the modified Gold Label Series bracing, which is a fanned bracing of the V-Class.
So you're saying they branched out a little bit here?
They've branched out on the V-Class. It goes back to classical guitars, even a traditional X-style bracing. We'll have tone bars that come off the main structural brace. And by manipulating those and placing them and shaping them where you want them to, you can get a desired effect. In this case, like with all the Gold Label Series guitars, what they're going for is just a little bit more bass, a little bit more airiness.
A lot more bass, a lot more airiness.
Yeah.
This guitar is like huge. I mean, it extra depth on the body, adds a lot more volume, a lot more bass response. I mean, I hope it transfers on camera because in this room, it's a massive cannon of a guitar.
Yeah, I really like this guitar a lot. I tend to go for traditional styles, and like when I pick up an acoustic guitar, that's what I want to hear. I want to hear it go poof.
So on these Gold Labels, in the first, and even in these new ones, if you notice, no cutaways. I mean, these are traditional guitars. These are meant to be kind of a hearkening to a different time. And for Taylor being a newer company, it's kind of nice to see them do something like this because it really branches out. Like they're having again, branches out into that older feel, into a guitar that sounds and plays like a guitar that was 60 years old, but Taylor doesn't. They haven't been around that long, so they don't have that to lean into. So
yeah, and I mean like. With the Legacy Series too, they've kind of gone back to classics. But even with these, everything about this is like what you would expect on a more classic style guitar, down to the electronics. It does not have Taylor's ES2 electronics. You've got LR Baggs pickups in these.
Or you can get them no pickup at all.
That's true, which is a great option for a Taylor because it's hard to get a Taylor without electronics, Really, really cool options for these. You could do no pickup. You could do a different system if you wanted to. It's kind of a blank state. Let's talk about woods on these. So with the other Gold Label guitars, you have the Super Auditorium with either Koa back and sides or Honduran rosewood. The 717 features East Indian rosewood and torrefied Sitka spruce tops.
That classic kind of pairing of rosewood and spruce is what, again, that old school feel.
You can't beat it. You can't beat it. It's the best for a reason.
It's sort of like a chocolate chip cookie recipe. You just follow the recipe exactly.
It's gonna work.
It's gonna work. Yeah.
Torrefying the tops gives it a little. I always say it's kind of like giving it a little bit of dust on it. Just gives it a little bit of a drier, open, kind of definitely an older sound, and that's what they're doing. They're torrefying the woods, drying it out, and it's literally prematurely aging it. So this guitar sounds older.
Something else I noticed. Why does the bridge look different?
It's a good question. Unlike pretty much all the other Taylor guitars that feature ebony bridges, you still have your ebony fingerboard, but the bridge on the Gold Label series, this one included, is Honduran rosewood. Why would they do that? It's a tone thing because, if you look at like marimba keys, beautiful chimey marimbas, they're very musical, very responsive sounding. When you hit that marimba key with a mallet, it just sings, right? Well, the same thing here. When you hit that string, the energy transfer is getting straight through that rosewood and making it sing.
Rosewood is a very musical tone wood. Ebony is a very hard wood. So is rosewood, but rosewood is a little more porous, so it tends to be a little more musical. It's the first speaking point of where those strings are attached. So to me, it makes all the sense in the world to go to a more musical tone wood on that bridge. So
I've seen other companies, very high-end boutique companies, that will use Honduran rosewood for bridge blades. So it's a great theory. It's a great wood to use for a bridge. It's just makes it that much more responsive. So Honduran rosewood is on the bridges. These things are kind of a godsend for somebody that wants a Taylor guitar with the reliability of a Taylor. You know exactly what you're going to get when you're going to open up the box.
yeah, actually, speaking of reliability, tell us about the new neck joint too.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
So they have devised a new neck joint. It's kind of a modified version of the NT joint, but instead of having to remove the neck like you would on an NT neck, you can adjust the neck angle of this guitar with a simple tool.
And Taylor's always kind of had this, I think, figured out where it's an easy way to adjust the neck. Because on these old Martins, Gibsons, all these old, 60, 70, 80-year-old guitars, to reset the neck is a major operation.
It's expensive, too.
You have to steam the neck, remove it, cut it, the new neck joint. I mean, it's a major thing. But Taylor, from the ground up, from 1974 when they started, has always kind of had this vision in mind of, what's a better way to do this? So
yeah, playability is key, and they are always putting that at the first and foremost. But it's genius because you could, all guitars eventually will need a neck reset. It's just time and geometry. Mm-hmm. Like it's gonna pull down, it's gonna need it.
It's under tension.
But with this, it's a simple little tweak of the adjustment on the inside of the neck, and you're back to a perfect neck set. It's amazing. Super well engineered, super well done. It's what a lot of people have been looking for from Taylor guitars, and I think they really nailed it.
So I'm going to say Taylor 717E, Gold Star.
Gold Star.